Welcome to the WarriorsPathCrossFit podcast. Today is going to be another episode of The Other 23. We have Pags as our guest today. We're going to talk with Pags about his life outside of the gym and prior to the gym. Pags has been a member for a year and a half and has been a fun person to get to know. We were a little bit off to a tricky start because I was slightly impatient with him, but once we had a little clarity amongst ourselves, we turned the leaf and actually grew into a kind of a cool friendship. So welcome to the show, Pags.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Okay.
Yeah. So, before we dig all the way into what your other 23 hours of the day look like currently, let's go back. Let's talk about where did Pags grow up?
I grew up in Kearney, New Jersey. Lived there for about all through my high school years, probably like 16, 17 years. Basically, we actually moved in 3 different sections of Kearney. We moved like north, south, and like west. We actually moved 3 times when we lived there with my mom. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have siblings?
Yes. 2 brothers.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do you fall in the brotherhood?
I am in the middle one.
The middle one. Troublemaker.
Yes. But I always was, the baby in the family. I always was picked out to be got things first, then the older than the younger brother. Yeah, mama's boy.
Oh, mama's boy. Aw.
Mama's boy.
Where did you go after you left Kearney?
We actually moved to Woodridge. Lived there for about 3 years. And then we moved to Wallington. And I think that was still with Mom. And trying to figure, she moved out on us. And I actually lived with a friend for probably 5 or 6 years. And then finally moved in with Brother Rick up here in Andover.
So you had a roommate. What was that like?
He actually worked with me, but he kind of couldn't, money-wise, you know what I mean? He couldn't afford it, you know what I mean? So we both went our ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And moved in with Brother Rick and lived up here ever since. I actually think it was the best move I ever did.
Oh, good. So you like living in...
Oh, yeah.
You live in Green, right?
Yeah. From the city to here, way different. You know what I mean? You're talking 20, 30 years living in the city and moving up here in the country. You know what I mean? It's a lot different.
Yeah.
Lot more quiet at night. No more cars, running around here and, the engine blowing by your house and all that stuff. Now you just hear crickets and and animals in your backyard.
And you can see the stars at night.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. So let's fast forward to when you were finished with school.
Yes.
Where did you go from there?
Basically just started working after 3 or 4 years after I got out of high school. I worked ever since.
Okay. Where did you work?
I worked for, actually, my mom was, you probably know this, Legs Pantyhose.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you heard of it?
we
So
carried it at CVS.
Our whole family worked there, 2 brothers.
Okay.
My mom was not like the CEO, but pretty much the main person in Elmwood Park, and we all had part-time jobs there.
Wow.
Until we...
What did you do there?
I worked in a warehouse. We made orders. I went out and built displays for in the stores like that. You know what I mean? You know, all three brothers did that. You know, until we found our futures. You know what I mean? At the, you know, with a good paying job for, you know, off the books. And I actually, before that, actually, I should have said that we were all paper boys. Back in the day, that's what
On a bicycle?
Yep.
Oh.
Paper boy. We all, you know, grew up delivering newspapers. That was our teenage source of income.
Nice.
Yes. And then, you know, we actually did that while we were working for that company. It was actually Haynes DSD, you know, like pantyhose, you know what I mean? Yeah, we did that, you know.
DSD, direct store delivery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You know, CVS was one of them. I mean, you remember with the eggs? You remember that, right? The
Yes.
eggs? Yeah.
Yes.
My mom
It was a disaster in the store because people would open them and then they wouldn't be able to put them back together correctly, and then they would just be pantyhose everywhere.
That was a big thing back then. You know what I mean? It was like my mom actually, before she became, you know, the main boss of the place, she actually delivered there for like 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she worked her way up in the company. You know what I mean? And you know, we all got jobs. You know what I mean? There.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'll have to ask Rick about it.
Yeah. Rick didn't work there as much as me and my other brother Ralph, but he did work there. You know what I mean?
Your other brother's name?
Ralph.
Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph.
I haven't met him.
No.
One day.
He could be like Drew.
Oh really?
Yeah, he did. He was a deadhead. I know Drew likes Grateful Dead. Yeah, you know what I mean? He was one of those ones that traveled.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to meeting him someday.
Yeah.
If he visits you.
Yeah.
So then you worked for Haynes Corporation, I guess, in the legs section.
Yes.
That's funny. And then where did you go from there?
Right to Frito-Lay after that.
And you've been there ever since?
Yeah, ever since.
Holy cow.
Yes. 1990.
And so, what made you want to go and work for them? What?
Well, it was you know, it was one of those things where I was only working part-time with the other gig, and this was, you know, it was the right time you know, there was a lot of openings and, you know, full-time job, and pretty much didn't really know how long I would be there. Just started out my, you know, my career, you know what I mean? I wasn't thinking that it was a career, but the pay was good back then, the benefits were good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. And still working there.
So, what is the biggest difference in now versus when you first started, like in terms of what your day-to-day looks like?
Just more products, you know what I mean? More. Back then there was hardly anything, you know, other, you know, in the industry, you know. Tostitos wasn't back there when I first started the company. You know, a lot of different, you know, merchandise, you know, all the product has grown, you know what I mean, you know. So now just, you know, just more and more, you know what I mean, you know, just more, you know. Can't describe what it was. It was a lot different back then, you know what I mean, you know. You know, the chips wasn't as demanding back then as it is now. It's crazy, like when I say that. It just seems like now chips is like second nature to people. You know what I mean? They go to the store, they gotta have chips for a party, for any kind of party, you know what I mean? You know, we didn't have as much variety back then, so I guess that wasn't really a big thing. You know what I mean? The Lay's and Doritos, you know what I mean? And that was it. Now it's everything. They go to a party, you go to somebody's house, they have 10 different kinds of chips, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they spent like $80 on chips if they have 10 different kinds. They're so expensive now.
Yeah,
They used to be
that's
cheap.
another thing. Ounces and prices have gone wayside.
Prices went up, ounces went down.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like that with all the things.
Things I deliver now, back then, ounces were, now it's like $5 more an ounce. So, you know.
Yeah, so at what point were you working there and you're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna like stick with this for a long time?
Probably after when I got into my 30s and 40s, I think. Yeah, you know, like the money, like that, you know, or just, you know, the money was good. You know, we made money the thing back then was we made money like every 5 or 6 years. We just kept on growing. The company grew, so they gave us more money. So, to walk off the street and not needing, I guess, a college diploma. You just need just a regular, graduation, from high school like that. It was a good paying job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you stuck it out.
Stuck it out.
So how many years have you been there now?
This June with 35 years.
Whoa, that's serious, man.
That's very serious. Very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been through everything. There's not a thing that I miss. I mean, there's managers that I have now that weren't even born.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes.
So fast forward to a day in the life of Pags. What does your normal, regular, everyday life look like? Let's walk me through Monday morning coming up. Monday
morning, get up, 4:30, take a shower, head down, go to work, and pretty much work from say 7 until 3. Go home and rest and do CrossFit for an hour every day, except for Fridays.
Okay.
Best thing I ever did.
Best thing you ever did.
Yeah.
So if I were to tell you 2 years ago you were going to be working out at a CrossFit box 4 or 5 days a week, what would you tell me?
You're crazy. Out of your outright mind.
And then how did you get here?
My brother Rick, I was living him, for 10 years, and he finally wanted to join a gym, and he found you guys, and I was living him for those years and seeing him every day. And I just said, he just told me what he did every day, and I just say, okay, you know what I mean? And finally I just said one day, well, he actually came to me and said, we have a Friends Week, you know what I mean? Family, whatever. And I showed up one day, and before you know it, I was been doing this for a year and a half, and best thing I ever did. You know what I mean? Just woke up one day, I said, wow, this is cool. You know what I mean? It's not really bad. It just, if I want to live longer and healthier, and, I pretty much doing it every day and love it.
Yeah, you've come really far, a long way since you started.
Yeah, I wish I would have did it 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So you started.
Yes.
And you had some goals in terms of weight loss.
Yes. Yes.
And you were doing the whole CrossFit thing for about 6-ish months?
Yeah, maybe a little longer.
We started.
8 months. Yeah, for the nutrition. Yeah. I figured I would do the CrossFit, see how I liked it, and then from there I said, well, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have to starting to eat right, and that's when I met you, and we went on a program, and you put me in the right direction.
Yeah, and over the course of following that plan for about a year, right?
Yes.
It was about a year.
Yes.
Tell me how things are different now.
It's a lot different, you know what I mean? Feel a lot better, you know what I mean? Make better choices of eating food, you know what I mean? Knowing what to eat and what trying not to eat, you know what I mean? My body does not, how do I say this? I still crave certain things, but I learned to not crave the things that aren't good anymore. For your body. That's what I really learned. You know what I mean? You still get a little bit of craving, but it's not like I have to have it, you know what I mean? My body doesn't crave for that anymore. I'm pretty much, beyond that now. You know what I mean? And here's another thing. Before I actually came to CrossFit, I used to have a lot of back problems. And mobility when I got older was very, I used to maybe once a month, I used to go call out sick because I used to wake up, back hurting me like that. And I guess it was just CrossFit helped me get looser and eating the right food like that, you know what I mean? But I used to have a lot of back problems when I used to, before I came to CrossFit. That's
Wow.
one of the things, one of the things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you don't have any back problems?
Not as merely as I did, you know what I mean?
Not calling out from work every month?
Exactly, at least once a month, like that, I guess all those squats I do really helps.
Yeah, all the squats.
Exactly. I mean, back hurts just from working out sort of, but not like my back locks up and, I literally can't move for like 3 days. Knock on wood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That hasn't happened, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just minor soreness now. That's all it is. Minor.
The fun kind of soreness that you're like, oh, I did something really hard.
You really, that has gone right now a wayside, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask how much weight have you lost since you started?
I lost between like 45 to 50 pounds, give or take a few right there, you know what I mean? And that was a large portion had what you taught me how to not to eat and what to eat, and CrossFit has definitely helped me there. You know what I mean? Nutrition side has a really big part of my life right now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I knew the answer. I wasn't sure if you wanted to share, so I was trying to politely ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew the answer. Tell me, other than CrossFit, what do you do for enjoyment in your spare time?
I love to fish, and everybody knows that. I didn't really grow up fishing. I started fishing when we were like late 20s to 30s. Wasn't like a childhood thing. It was just like had friends that always went fishing, and we just, chimed in and went here and there, you know what I mean? Not until I got into the later 30s where it really became an everyday life thing, where, it was like second nature. You know what I mean? If we're not fishing, something's wrong. It's kind of like, it's not an addiction, it's just part of our life, you know what I mean? We just loved it, you know what I mean? It's better than hanging out in the street corner or whatever, having, drugs, whatever, right?
Yeah. Definitely better than drugs.
Right? You know what I mean?
I don't know if CrossFit and drugs really go very well
I'm just
together.
saying, better, you grow up, people grow up, being, drug addict and, drinking, you know what I mean? It's like, like that, My mom always told us that, as long as you guys you're doing the right thing, I don't care what you do, but go fishing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you took us fishing. You and Rick took us out fishing.
That was a great
summer.
day.
That was so much fun.
I love swimming.
We jumped in the ocean.
Yes.
And we saw so many dolphins.
Yeah. We didn't see any sharks, thank God.
Oh, yeah, we did.
No, we saw...
Remember on the way back, we saw a shark.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was kind of by the swimming area.
Yeah, and we all thought about it. Wow, we actually were swimming in the same... not the area, but the same depth, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But that could be, that was very fun.
That was a good day on the water. It was so beautiful out.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it again next year.
I can't wait to see all those dolphins again.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Where do you like to fish the most? On the ocean or on the lake?
My love is actually still in the lakes. It's still, my first love is still freshwater fishing. But saltwater, just because I grew up freshwater and it's more quiet and pleasant. I'm not saying saltwater is not pleasant. You get great enjoyment out of it. It's just a different feeling when you go freshwater fishing. It's just a little bit, the ocean's not as rough most of the time. It's just a quieter sound, You know what I mean? Just a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More knowing what to expect in freshwater. You know what I mean? You know what you're gonna get out of it. Where saltwater sometimes a little bit different. You know, the weather has a lot to do with it on saltwater like that. But my first love will always be freshwater fishing. You know what I mean? You know.
And so, do you like to go like close to around here?
Yeah, pretty much northern New Jersey. It's pretty much northern New Jersey. For freshwater, is pretty much. I do go out of state. You know what I mean? I know Connecticut. You know what I mean? Long Island and New York, and very few. I mean, very occasionally down south, but not. That's a blue moon. You know what I mean? But pretty much northwest Jersey. You have all the lakes you got. You know what I mean? You don't need to. Jersey has one of the better freshwater lakes in and around.
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not. People don't realize that.
I know. People think New Jersey is highway and city, but there's a lot of country here.
There's a lot of country. Even South Jersey has a lot of, a lot of nice lakes down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Saltwater's good. Saltwater's good. I don't eat a lot of fish. You know what I mean? So
I thought you didn't eat any fish.
Well, I do eat tuna fish, but I got a story to tell you too.
Okay, let's hear it.
So we were out on a boat on Sunday, right? And this older gentleman takes a tray of fish. I didn't know what it was, and he said, "Try some." I said, "Well, I'm not really sure." And he had some dressing on the side. I said, "Well, I'll just try they were like nuggets, and they actually were great. They were fish, and they didn't even taste like fish." And I could have ate the whole tray. That's how good it was. And I didn't taste an ounce of fish, and that really surprised me. And
what kind was it?
It was tog, blackfish.
Oh.
So what he did was he put Progresso Italian breadcrumbs and took a regular fish fillet, which was a blackfish, and just cut it and chunked it, put it on the stove, and just baked it with the breadcrumbs. And nothing really out of the oil, like seasoned. The breadcrumbs were all seasoned like that, but didn't taste anything like a fish.
Oh.
And I said, well, now I have to get my brother.
Now you know what to do.
Yes, I mean, if I could do that once a week, that'll eliminate a lot of things, because that's what I do. I need to eat more fish.
Yeah,
yes.
Especially when you catch it.
Yes. Yes, it was great. I mean, Rick just said to me, "You're just eating chicken nuggets," and that's basically what it was. You know what I mean? Just breadcrumbs were wrapped around fish. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how bad breadcrumbs is. You know what I mean? For on the nutrition side. I mean, I know there's got a lot of big calories in that.
Yeah, you can find healthier versions of it.
Yeah, that's probably the downfall.
Yeah.
There's always something.
Yep. There's always something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell me your favorite vegetable.
Now, celery.
Okay.
Celery. Because there's a lot of water in it, you know what I mean? So I like it.
You eat it just raw like that?
Yeah, I like, well, a little bit of salt sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, cucumbers like that, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But lettuce, mixed in a salad is very, I love it. I'm not a big vegetable eater, but to get me to eat, like you got me to eat vegetables, here and there. But, that's another story. And that's my goal for 2026, is eat more vegetables.
Eat more vegetables. Awesome. Yeah. And what's your favorite fruit? Wait, I'm going to guess. Grapes.
No.
No? Apples?
No.
Oh, man.
Nectarines.
What?
Nectarines.
Oh, okay.
Nectarines. Probably grapes is second.
Okay.
Yeah. Grapes is second, but I love nectarines. You know what I mean?
Green or red grapes?
Green.
Green?
Green.
Apples? No.
Yeah, apples. I don't like red apples. I don't like the reason why I don't like red apples, because I just forgot the name, the green one. Not Granny Smith, but the
yeah.
The reason I don't like red apples anyway is because the texture on anything is too thick, and I just never liked the outside. It was like it's like when you eat the green Golden Delicious. That's what it was. Golden Delicious. It's the apple. The it's just blended in with the actual apple. You don't taste. You know what I mean? You know, I just never liked red apples. You know what I mean? And Golden Delicious is actually more sweeter. You know what I mean? For me.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a couple things about CrossFit now. What is your favorite thing to do at CrossFit?
I have two favorite things.
Okay.
Wall balls.
Whoa.
Well, I love wall balls and actually rowing.
Rowing. Nice.
You know what I mean? But I learned to live with burpees. You know what I mean? That was the number one thing when I came here. Burpees was like, oh my God, I could do burpees. But I learned to live with it. I could do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I love wall balls and rowing. You know what I mean? I don't know. People tell me that, wall balls, I love it. I don't know, maybe just because I like throwing a ball up in the air or something like that. You know? Yeah. And wall balls and rowing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What kind of sneakers do you wear for CrossFit?
Noble. Yeah, Noble.
Are they your favorite?
Yeah.
Didn't you have Nikes at one point?
Yeah, I had the Nike.
The Metcon.
Yeah, Metcon. Yeah, they're actually good for running. They're a little harder on the sole, like that. You know what I mean? Mm. Yeah, but Noble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like colors. I don't get the right colors.
You gotta get the bright pink ones or something, right?
Yes.
Or bright flowers.
Yeah.
What is one thing? So we're gonna start to wrap up. What is one thing that would surprise people to know about you?
Just in life?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should say this or not because it's been under the radar and a lot of people. I love to gamble.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I love to gamble.
Well, I remember the look in your eye when we were playing left, center, right at Christmas or at the party. Yeah. And you had like gambler's eye.
Like when I say gambler, I'm not like when I say like if people read it the wrong way, I'm actually it's hard to explain, but can I say? It's really hard. Like it's not like where I need to gamble. I do it as a how do I say this? I'm looking for a word. Really, I'm drawing a blank right now. Like, it's not like I get up every day and I need to gamble. I just do it for fun. You know what I mean? Whatever happens like that. And believe it or not, a lot of people think that, gamblers are losers. I have records of me winning. I actually lived 1 year. Now, this is going to sound like I need to gamble, but I was out of work for 6 months, and obviously I had nothing to do, and internet came a big thing of gambling, and I pretty much lived off of gambling for like 6 months, and it paid my salary for 6 months.
Wow.
People probably won't really, they're going to say, he's only saying that when you win, but I have backing on that. I do. People would like look at me like he's crazy, but I got proof. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Rick knows. He knows. I wouldn't be where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Just but gambling is it's not part of my life, but I've gone a little bit since I did CrossFit. I don't gamble as much anymore. Because I used to gamble a lot after work when I get home. So now I have CrossFit, so that's taking at least an hour or two out of my day. You know
that's
what I mean?
Good.
Yeah. But I'm a little gambler.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just on the ponies, nothing else. Just the ponies.
Oh, yeah.
The horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I grew up.
Left, center, right.
I grew up next to a racetrack, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. That's probably one of the things people don't know about me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
If you are someone who's looking to make a change in your life, find a CrossFit gym near you. If you live anywhere near Andover, New Jersey, please come and join us. We are a unique bunch, but we have a lot of fun together and we work hard. Find a CrossFit gym, come to us. We're your people. Thanks, Pags, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
We will have Pags back again in the future. I think we're going to sit down with Pags and Rick together at some point. And that'll be a fun conversation as well. Take the Warriors Path.